Hey there, if you're a gentleman over 60, here's something you may not have known. The tiredness, waning passion, softer mornings, and dip in self-assurance you're experiencing might not be due to aging at all. It could be your diet, or more precisely, the produce absent from it. That's correct, Fruitsby, 'cause hidden in the grocery section are 3 natural edibles that can silently restore your vigor, revive your capability, and renew your liveliness from within. No tablets, no awkwardness, no waiting weeks. I'm Dr. Sarah Evans, a men's wellness expert with over 30 years assisting men like you recapture their power, endurance, and zest. What I'm about to reveal might astonish you, because it's not about hormone injections or prescribed medications, it's about nourishment. Natural, delicious nourishment your body understands and reacts to. Most men believe decline is unavoidable. But what if I told you there's a red fruit that surges your vessels with fresh blood? A green one that subtly elevates testosterone, and a sweet one that fuels your vitality from the cellular level up. This isn't guesswork, it's proven dietary therapy supported by scientific studies and real experiences. Today, I'll guide you on how to use these 3 simple fruits to revolutionize how you feel physically, emotionally, and personally. Stick with me, what you're about to discover could transform how you age. Before we proceed, if you value staying robust, energized, and self-confident after 60, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss another wellness tip crafted for you. If you find this video useful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and share what you'd like to see next time here for you. Alright, let's begin with the first fruit, and it might surprise you. It's not a fashionable supplement or rare superfood from far away, it's a fruit researchers have examined for its potent ability to revive circulation, support your prostate, and restore firmness where it matters. Let's discuss cherries, and why every man over 60 should make them a daily routine. I'll never forget the expression on Edward's face, a 70-year-old retired bank worker who sat quietly in my office. "Dr. Sarah," he said, "I'm not the man I once was." His vitality was gone, his confidence was shattered. Intimacy had become a distant memory, but what stood out wasn't just what he said, it was what he didn't know. Edward didn't realize his biggest problem wasn't age, it was blood flow. One of the most effective ways to address that is sitting in the grocery section. Cherries, this ancient fruit, once a symbol of liveliness in cultures globally, is now supported by modern science for what it does to aging vessels. Cherries are loaded with anthocyanins, compounds that act like energy for your blood vessels. They help your vessels relax and expand, enhancing circulation and increasing nitric oxide levels. That's the molecule that eases blood vessels, allowing blood to flow freely, especially to areas older men need most. The amazing thing is how quickly it works. A study from Johns Hopkins University found that older men eating cherries daily saw noticeable improvements in erection strength and stamina in just 2 weeks. 2 weeks, no side effects, no prescriptions, just natural blood flow restoration from one fruit. But that's not all. Cherries also reduce inflammation, lower oxidative stress, and shield the prostate, 3 issues that gradually erode men's health over time. For men dealing with nighttime bathroom visits or the growing pressure of an enlarged prostate, cherries offer gentle, natural support. In taste, fresh, slightly tangy, and deeply satisfying, especially when you know what it's doing for your body. I told Edward to do one simple thing: eat half a cup of fresh cherries every afternoon. He tossed them into Greek yogurt or ate them with a salad. Takes just a couple of minutes. Make sure to pick fresh, ripe cherries and store them in the fridge to preserve nutrients. 2 weeks later, Edward returned to my office. Man, different energy. He stood taller, smiled more, even joked that his wife was seeing him differently again. That wasn't magic, that was biology rekindled by fruit. Cherries might get overlooked because they're not glamorous, they don't promise instant fixes or shout from a bottle. But that's why they work. They support your blood vessels, heart, prostate, and yes, your performance. So, if you're feeling sluggish in the morning, if intimacy feels more like a memory than reality, I'm urging you don't reach for pills first. Reach for cherries. Nature crafted this fruit for a reason: strength, stamina, restoration. But cherries are just the beginning, because there's another fruit. Not just enhancing blood flow, but gently raising testosterone without shots, gels, or costly clinics. Got a guess? Stick with me, we're diving in now. If this is resonating, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're with me and ready to change. Alright, let's move to the second fruit. We just discussed cherries flooding your vessels. But now, let's shift to a fruit that doesn't just aid circulation, it naturally elevates testosterone without needles or fancy clinics. If you're feeling like your drive's gone or you're becoming unnoticed, this fruit can reignite that spark inside. We're talking about apples, what I call the testosterone enhancer. I still remember the quiet frustration in William's voice. A 66-year-old retired electrician who leaned in and said, "Dr. Sarah, I don't feel like a man anymore." He was fit for his age, retired, doing all the right things, but something had shifted. His passion was gone, not just in the bedroom, but in life. He felt lethargic, faded, like he was becoming invisible. What stood out wasn't his age, it was what he didn't know. This wasn't just about getting older. It was about testosterone. What many men don't realize is that testosterone isn't just a number or a hormone, it's a feeling. It's the fire in your gut when you wake up ready to face the day, the confidence in your voice, the strength in your handshake, and yes, the passion that fuels intimacy and purpose. The problem is, after 60, most men are running low on testosterone. But there's a natural way to nourish your hormones, and it's not from a vial or a patch, it's from a fruit you've probably passed by countless times in the grocery store. Apples. This sweet, juicy fruit holds the key to reigniting testosterone naturally. Apples are packed with boron and fiber, which help your body produce healthy testosterone levels. They're also rich in vitamin B6, which reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that quietly suppresses testosterone over time. A study from Tufts University shows boron in apples boosts natural testosterone in older men, bringing back desire, energy, and confidence without hormone therapy. I told William to do one simple thing: eat one fresh apple every morning. He ate it plain or sliced it up with a smear of almond butter. Takes just a few minutes. Make sure to pick fresh, ripe apples and store them in the fridge to keep nutrients intact. If you want variety, toss them into a smoothie with a splash of lemon. After just 1 week, William came back saying, "Dr. Sarah, I'm feeling more awake, more present, more alive." His mood lifted, his sleep deepened, and that fire, he thought, was gone. It started flickering again. But that's not all. Apples are also high in fiber, which stabilizes blood sugar and supports digestion, key for all-day energy. They've got potassium too, which regulates blood pressure and boosts heart health, a critical piece of the performance puzzle. What I love about apples is their simplicity: no fancy prep, no complicated plan. Just 1 apple a day can shift your biology meaningfully. When you pair it with small changes like better sleep or deep breathing, you create a hormonal environment that works for you, not against you. Apples don't just restore testosterone, they bring you back. The man who stands tall, speaks clearly, lives with purpose. William's not alone. I've seen dozens of men turn the corner on energy and confidence just by adding this fruit to their routine. It's not flashy, but it works. But testosterone is just the engine. It needs a spark to ignite, and that spark often comes from deep cellular energy that keeps you moving, thinking, and performing like yourself again. That's where the next fruit comes in. If this is speaking to you, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're with me and ready to change. Alright, let's talk about the third fruit. We've got cherries flooding your arteries and apples boosting testosterone. But now, let's move to a fruit that doesn't just help circulation and hormones, it sparks deep cellular energy to keep you moving, thinking, and performing like yourself again. If you're dragging through the day, feeling like your body and spirit are drained, this fruit can be the spark you need. We're talking about peaches, what I call the energy rev. I remember Martin, a 72-year-old retired truck driver, coming into my office with heavy shoulders. Dr. Sarah, he said, I'm tired all the time, not just my body, but my mind, my spirit. I wake up already exhausted. It wasn't it was depletion. Martin had lost the edge he'd always prided himself on, back when he drove long routes across the country. I asked him a simple question. When's the last time you felt truly energized after breakfast? He looked puzzled. I usually skip breakfast, he said, and that was the clue. Because your body, especially after 60, doesn't just wake up on its own, it needs support. It needs fuel that speaks to your heart, blood vessels, and brain. That's where peaches come in. Most men brush off peaches as a basic snack, but I see them as foundational. Peaches are packed with vitamin A, potassium, and beta-carotene nutrients that do more than prevent cramps. They work quietly to relax blood vessels, protect arteries, and give your body the minerals it needs to generate energy at the cellular level. When Martin started his mornings with 3 to 4 fresh peaches, eaten with a bit of almond butter, or a glass of water, he felt a shift in just days. Dr. Sarah, he said, I don't just have more energy, feel steady, like I'm not crashing mid-morning anymore. A study from the University of California shows beta-carotene in peaches boosts circulation and energy in older men, helping them feel alert and focused. Peaches support your body's natural rhythm. They help stabilize blood sugar, ease stress through tryptophan, which boosts serotonin, and fuel your muscles, heart, and brain. When energy flows steadily, everything gets easier: walking, thinking, showing up, and yes, performing in moments that matter. Peaches also support heart health, a huge factor in male performance. Weak circulation means weak function, and potassium in peaches is a natural protector of artery health, keeping blood pressure in check and blood flowing freely, even to areas that might have struggled lately. The beauty of peaches is their simplicity: no fancy prep, no recipes, no guesswork. They travel well, digest easily, and deliver results without a big plan. I told Martin to eat 3 to 4 fresh peaches every morning, or if fresh aren't available, a quarter cup of unsweetened dried peaches. Just make sure to pick fresh or unsweetened dried ones and store them in the fridge to keep nutrients intact. 2 weeks later, Martin's wife called to thank Minat, just for the peaches, but for bringing back the version of her husband she hadn't seen in years. Energy is the foundation. Without it, nothing else works. Peaches might seem ordinary, but that's their strength. You don't need to overhaul your life, just add a few peaches each morning. But what happens when you combine peaches with cherries and apples, day after day, in a way your body understands? That's when real transformation kicks in. Stick with me, we're diving into how these fruits work together next. If this is hitting you, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're with me and ready to change. Alright, let's talk about how these fruits team up. We've covered cherries flooding your arteries, apples boosting testosterone, and peaches sparking energy. But now, let's get to what really makes the difference. It's not just each fruit on its own, it's the magic that happens when you combine them consistently, day after day, with intention. Cherries, apples, and peaches might look like ordinary foods, but together they build a powerful foundation to bring back your strength, confidence, and intimacy you thought were gone for good. I remember Robert, a 69-year-old retired insurance agent, coming into my office, looking defeated. Dr. Sarah, he said, I'm tired, like I've crossed some line I can't come back from. I'm not myself anymore. He wasn't just talking about his body, he meant his spirit, his confidence, his connection with his wife. Robert had tried everything, from exercise to eating better, but still felt drained. I asked him, Robert, ever think simple fruits could change things? He looked skeptical but willing to try. That's when I introduced him to the power of combining cherries, apples, and peaches. What happens when you put them together? Cherries flood your blood vessels with oxygen-rich blood, boosting circulation and supporting your prostate. Apples feed your hormones, letting testosterone rise naturally without stress or synthetic help. Peaches deliver steady cellular energy, keeping you alert, focused, and ready for what matters. A study from Johns Hopkins University shows combining antioxidant-rich fruits like these can boost circulation and testosterone in older men, creating a synergy stronger than any supplement. Together, they form a triangle of support circulation, hormones, energy, or reinforcing each other in ways no pill can match. Robert followed my advice. Half a cup of cherries in the afternoon, 1 fresh apple in the morning, and 3-4 fresh peaches, or a quarter cup of unsweetened dried peaches, also in the morning. He added them to meals, sometimes with Greek yogurt, sometimes in a smoothie with a splash of lemon, just a few minutes of prep. The key is choosing fresh fruits or unsweetened dried peaches and keeping them in the fridge to lock in nutrients. I told him to start with 1 fruit, then gradually add all 3, tracking how he felt after 2 to 3 weeks. 3 weeks later, Robert came back with a smile I hadn't seen before. "Dr. Sarah," he said, "I don't just feel better, I feel like my body remembers what it was made to do." His energy was up, his performance improved, and his wife noticed not just in the bedroom, but in how he showed up, laughed, and lived. At the power of combining cherries, apples, and peaches isn't about adding something foreign to your body, it's about unlocking what your body was designed to do. Held back by poor habits, processed foods, or just not knowing what it needed? You don't need miracle powders or pricey drugs, just the building blocks nature created. Whole foods with nutrients your body craves after 60. When you weave them into your daily rhythm, you spark a quiet storm of healing, stronger circulation, steadier testosterone, smoother digestion, deeper sleep, and yes, real confidence in the bedroom. This isn't about becoming a younger man, it's about being the strongest version of yourself right now. Strength isn't about age, it's about balance. When your blood, hormones, and energy align, your body knows what to do, it shows up for you again. But to make this real, you need a simple plan to start. Stick with me, because we're wrapping it all up next with a clear path to begin tomorrow. If this is resonating, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're with me and ready to change. Alright, let's bring it home. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you not just for watching, but for caring enough about your strength to stick around. That says a lot about you, a man who doesn't just want to live longer, but wants to live stronger, connected, with purpose. Today, we've been on a journey together. You've learned about 3 powerful fruits: cherries flooding your arteries, apples boosting testosterone, and peaches sparking energy. These fruits don't just taste good, they work with your body to bring back circulation, performance, and intimacy you thought were gone. But this isn't just about fruit, it's about rediscovering you. Remembering you're not done. Aging doesn't break a man. Giving up does. To many good men buy the lie that past a certain age, your best days are behind you. They accept the tiredness, the softer mornings, the slower thoughts, the waning passion, like it's just part of the deal. But I've seen over 30 years as a men's health doctor that your body is always ready to heal, always ready to respond, if you give it the right support. We started with cherries, the fruit of circulation, because without blood flow, nothing else works. No matter how much passion you have, if your vessels are stiff and arteries weak, performance suffers. But with daily cherries, those pathways open up. Men tell me they feel a pulse of life returning they thought was gone for good. Then came apples, the quiet powerhouse. They don't shout for attention, but work behind the scenes to lift testosterone, ease stress, and bring back that steady, grounded strength that makes you feel like you again. For many men, that hormonal shift is the start of everything falling back into place. And then peaches, sweet, familiar, often overlooked. They feed your heart, muscles, and brain, giving you clean, sustainable energy to carry you through the day, not just physically, but emotionally. Because when your energy's strong, you show up better for work, relationships, yourself, together. Cherries, apples, and peaches create a foundation every man over 60 deserves. You don't need to chase youth, you need to reclaim vitality. That starts with how you nourish yourself, not just with food, but with belief. You've got to believe strength is still possible, connection is still possible, change is still possible. I've walked this road with hundreds of men, from their 60s to their 80s. And I've seen what happens when they commit to small daily actions. Their energy returns, their spirit lifts, their posture changes, their voice brightens, their partners notice, their confidence rebuilds, not because of a miracle, but because of a simple truth. Your body wants to work for you. It just needs your help. So, if something in this message spoke to you, I hope you take it seriously, not someday, but now. Choose foods that feed your strength. Choose habits that restore your energy. Choose to live like the man you still are. This isn't the end of your story, it's a new chapter, and you get to decide how it's written from here. If this video helped you even a bit, and you believe in supporting honest, life-changing health advice made for men like you, consider making a small donation. It helps keep this channel ad-free, independent, and focused on giving you the truth you deserve. Every dollar makes a difference, the link's below. But before you go, do one last thing. Drop a 1 in the comments if you're ready to start, or a 0 if you think I can do better, and share one lesson you'll apply in your life. In the next video, I'll share a 7-day plan to weave these fruits into simple, tasty meals that boost energy, performance, and vitality. Don't miss it. Your new chapter starts now. Thanks for being here. You're worth more than you know. Let's make your next chapter your strongest yet.